Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you.
Why do white people pay so much attention to black people if they don't like them? You would think if you didn't like something, why would you be paying attention to it?
Race play, Shannon Sharpe. Race play, I didn't even want to talk about this, but the more videos I scroll past talking about Shannon Sharpe and this relationship that he had with this 19-year-old, and it's not just her with the race fetish. He obviously was turned on by these conversations as well, and he only released what she was saying.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men.
You having an unnatural allegiance to losers is not like you.
Welcome back to StarHush, where the streets never sleep and the tea never cools off. This whole Shannon Sharpe situation just took a wild left turn, and it's getting messier by the minute. That $50 million lawsuit. Yeah, it's not just serious, it's straight up spiraling out of control. And now Katt Williams is jumping in the mix, claiming he warned Shannon this exact drama was on the way. But guess what? Shannon wasn't trying to hear none of it. When Katt slid up to Club Shay Shay last year, he didn't bite his tongue at all. He told Shannon to his face. Wild and out in Hollywood with no self-control, especially when it comes to who you let up in your bed, could backfire real ugly. And now, well, it's looking like Katt's words are coming back around loud and clear.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them, all lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
I need to have another one of these.
Amen, amen.
Shit. I kind of get on here.
Right.
After that, I don't really kind of know where to go. Let me, one more time.
Right.
We good now?
Because the people want to know, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years, I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. Something you wasn't supposed to be doing.
You will tell it.
Katt Williams wasn't just running his mouth. He was dropping real gems about discipline, image, and knowing how the game moves when you're a black man in the spotlight. But Shannon, he laughed it off like it was all jokes. Fast forward to now, and man, the timeline is looking real messy for him. Shannon's getting dragged into court by an OnlyFans model who's claiming he crossed major lines with her when she was just 19 and he was 54. That's the kind of allegation that gets everybody talking, and not in a good way. And here's where jaws really hit the floor. Shannon himself admitted to doing race play with her. Yeah, it's a lot to take in.
We didn't make it about race. Shannon Sharpe did when he started going to find 19-year-old girls and training them how to degrade him racially in the bedroom. When he continued a relationship with somebody that was talking about she wanted his black baby gravy and wanted him to put a big black baby in her. And that's just the text messages that he released. So I know it's some more nasty, weirdo stuff in there beyond that. That's what he felt safe to show us.
Now the fans are looking at Shannon real sideways, like he just fumbled the whole play. People out here saying he went out real sad, like how you build up a whole empire just to throw it away over some wild late night choices. The streets are talking heavy, saying Shannon might have just torched a generational bag. All that hard work, the brand, the respect, everything put on the line because he couldn't keep it together. It's crazy to see a legacy getting dragged like this.
Williams said he left career-ending knockout blows out of his Club Shay Shay interview.
If you think about everything he said that were going to happen, it came true. And the fact that he's saying, I held back a little bit, he probably has stuff on people and he just used jabs instead of throwing that haymaker.
There's a possibility that you might hear the haymakers very, very soon.
This lawsuit didn't just come out of nowhere. Nah, it dropped like a bomb right when Shannon was reportedly getting ready to lock in a $100 million media deal. Timing crazy, right? And let's not forget, it happened just months after there was major buzz that Shannon and Katt Williams were plotting a part 2 sit-down at Club Shay Shay. Now folks are starting to connect the dots, and it's raising all kinds of eyebrows. Like, was this lawsuit really just some random scandal falling from the sky? Or could it be that Shannon Sharpe is getting silenced by the big dogs upstairs? All because he gave somebody like Katt Williams a real platform to talk his talk? It's got people seriously wondering if this whole thing ain't just about drama. Maybe it's about control. Maybe somebody didn't like what Katt was about to expose if he got another round with Shannon. Real talk, it's starting to look way bigger than just some messy headlines. So now the big question is, what did Katt actually say about Shannon's downfall? And did he really try to warn him that the industry would flip his own mistakes against him like a trap card? Let's break it all the way down.
The liar knows what lie he told. You see what I'm saying? So even if I made it deceitful and I made you think that the answer is over here, but the answer is really over here, I'm still gonna be looking over here. Me, the one that tricked, because I know this is the right answer.
Man, this lawsuit didn't just rock the boat, it flipped the whole ship over. And looking back, Katt Williams warned Shannon about this storm way before it hit. Katt straight up told him, "Tighten up, watch your image, keep your circle small, and stay away from the traps the industry loves to set." But Shannon acted like he was untouchable, like he could move reckless and still keep winning. Now, here we are, watching it all crash down just like Katt said it would, almost play by play. The crazy part, the so-called powers that be didn't even have to pull no secret files or make up stories. Shannon did the job for them. He let himself get caught slipping and handed them all the ammo they needed. Just peep the wild text messages he dropped, the ones where the accuser was talking about running race play games with him. You got a man in his 50s letting a 19-year-old OnlyFans model drag him into some twisted role-play mess and thinking that would never come back to haunt him?
This just in, the Texas attorney who targeted Sean Diddy Combs with dozens of civil lawsuits on behalf of John and Jane Does allegedly victimized by the music mogul has a new target in his sights. NFL legend Shannon Sharpe. A brand new lawsuit was just filed in Nevada claiming Sharpe was manipulative and eventually a Jane Doe, with the latest claims allegedly happening as recently as January.
Fans saw those receipts and immediately started calling it out, saying it's not just messy, it's flat out reckless, no discipline at all. And real talk, that's exactly the kind of wild behavior the industry elites keep tucked away, ready to use when somebody steps out of line. You play their game, they turn a blind eye, but once you move different, they air you out without mercy. This whole situation is deeper than just scandal. It's a reminder that in this game, your own mistakes can be turned into chains to lock you down. Let's rewind a little because this mess didn't start overnight. On Sunday, April 20th, the streets went wild after news dropped that a woman, going by Jane Doe, slapped Shannon Sharpe with a heavy lawsuit out in Nevada. And this ain't just some lightweight claim either. It's serious. She's accusing him of putting hands on her multiple times during a so-called relationship that supposedly kicked off after they ran into each other at a gym in LA sometime in 2023. Now here's where it really gets sticky. Jane Doe's not out here moving solo. She's backed by Tony Busby, a big-name Houston lawyer who's been making waves lately for filing a bunch of lawsuits tied to Diddy's alleged victims. He even had smoke for Jay-Z. So nah, this ain't just some random clout-chasing legal drama. This is connected to major industry heat. According to what's in the lawsuit, Jane claims it all started consensual, but didn't stay that way for long. She says Shannon, who was 54 at the time, came at her hard after meeting her. And she was only 19. She said he pressed her heavy until she gave in, but once things got comfortable, he switched up real quick. Jane says Shannon started treating her like a straight-up object. No respect, no care, just wild behavior like she was nothing more than a toy. And trust, it only gets darker from there. She's accusing Shannon of some real chilling stuff, like choking her, threatening her life, and even recording their private moments without her knowing, and then allegedly sharing those recordings without her permission. That ain't just reckless, that's terrifying. Fans reading these details couldn't believe what they were seeing. Jaws dropped everywhere. But hold on, it gets even worse. Jane claims Shannon said sick stuff like wanting to do things to her so no other man would ever want her again. Straight up disturbing energy. And it doesn't stop there either. She says Shannon somehow managed to get inside her apartment building without permission. No key, no invite, just popped up like he had full access, moving crazy. One night, Jane says things almost went completely off the rails. During a heated argument, she noticed a gun nearby. Feeling scared for her life, she tried to secretly share her location with her friends through her iPhone just in case things went sideways. But Shannon allegedly caught her doing it. And that's when it turned real ugly. She claims he grabbed her by the neck and warned her, "If you ever do that again, I will effing kill you." Those are the exact words she says came out of his mouth. And fans are absolutely shook reading all of this.
Thing I say, you're just gonna like get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be true.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in that.
After that messy viral moment, Jane Doe claims she started pulling away from Shannon for good. The final straw? That chaotic Instagram live from September. The one where Shannon accidentally went live while laid up with another woman named Michelle. But even after that, Jane says Shannon just wouldn't let her move on. She claims that on October 6th, 2024, things took a horrifying turn. According to her lawsuit, Shannon forced her into performing a sexual act while holding her down, even while she was crying and begging him to stop. But it didn't end there. Jane says he assaulted her again after that, and once more during a separate incident in January 2025. This ain't just some Hollywood scandal anymore. These are heavy, life-changing accusations. The lawsuit lays it all out, painting a brutal image of Shannon Sharpe, not as a sports legend, but as, in their words, a flawed, narcissistic individual who used his fame, money, and power to manipulate, control, and dominate women. Jane Doe says her goal is to break that cycle, and she's asking for a full jury trial and $50 million in damages. But yo, it gets even wilder. As soon as this lawsuit hit the blogs, Shannon came out swinging, and he didn't do it by hiding or staying quiet. Nope. His lawyer, Lanny Davis, dropped a statement on social media, and in that post, Shannon exposed Jane Doe's real identity. He named her as Gabriela Zinga, a woman already known online for her content on OnlyFans and Instagram, where she goes by the name She Is Carly. But here's where the story goes completely off the rails. Instead of just denying the accusations, Shannon tried to flip the whole narrative. He claimed the relationship was fully consensual and even dropped explicit text messages. Messages he says came straight from Gabriela herself. Thing is, those messages didn't save him. They blew the situation up even worse. Fans were already side-eyeing him hard for messing with a 19-year-old while pushing 55. But after seeing the race play content inside those texts, the backlash hit a whole new level of nasty. One message allegedly from Zinga read, "I want you to put a big black baby in me and you better crave it because you're gonna be stuck with it for life." Shannon really thought dropping that would clean his image? Instead, it made people sick and had social media tearing him apart for even engaging in that kind of stuff, no matter who initiated it. Meanwhile, Shannon's lawyer, Lanny Davis, kept the heat going, calling Zinga's lawsuit a blatant and cynical shakedown attempt. He said, "It's nothing but a pile of lies, distortions, and straight-up misrepresentations meant to cash in off Shannon's name. And that's not even all." Davis also threw another bombshell, saying Zynga's lawyer, Tony Busby, might try to leak a video showing Shannon and Zynga together. Davis claims they'll try to spin the footage to make a consensual situation look like an assault. Shannon's team is running ahead of it, insisting that everything that happened between them was part of an adult, role-play heavy relationship with full consent from both sides. Davis said flat out that Shannon completely denies all claims of coercion, assault, or any misconduct, and he's not about to cave to what he sees as straight-up blackmail. And about that audio clip Jane Doe released, Shannon's legal team said Gabriella chopped and edited that audio to make Shannon look way worse than he really was, calling it a straight-up setup move. But Shannon didn't just let his lawyer talk, he jumped in front of the camera himself. In a video, he called the lawsuit a shakedown and said, Tony Busby has a whole pattern of targeting black men in the spotlight. He even dragged up how Busby's lawsuit against Jay-Z fell apart and said this case is just another media circus designed to twist the truth and wreck his name.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about, and I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys.
Shannon wasn't ready to back down. He came out swinging, saying he's gearing up to sue both Gabriella Zynga and her lawyer Tony Busby for defamation. But just when it looked like Shannon was about to go full attack mode, the story took a wild twist that left everybody shook. Turns out, even after all that tough talk, Shannon's own lawyer had to admit something major. Earlier this year, Shannon actually offered Zynga a $10 million payout to make the whole mess disappear quietly. Yeah, you heard that right. $10 million. Now fans are asking the real question. If Shannon really believed all of this was bogus, why try to pay her off instead of dropping a defamation lawsuit from the jump? Why try to silence her if there was nothing to hide? And you already know Tony Busby wasn't about to miss his chance to clap back hard. He hopped on Instagram with a bold statement, saying Shannon's hush money offer proves he's scared. Scared because Jane Doe allegedly got solid receipts. Busby didn't hold nothing back. He posted, on one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claim this case is completely baseless, but now they admit he offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file the lawsuit. That's a fact. She was offered a $10 million settlement and she turned it down. She chose to fight. Busby also came for Shannon's legal team, calling them out for trying to dox Jane Doe and drag his name through the dirt. He made it real clear he ain't backing down and he's ready for whatever smoke they're bringing. But just when you thought this circus couldn't get any crazier, another bombshell hit the timeline. New reports started surfacing, claiming that Katt Williams had warned Shannon way before any of this popped off, telling him straight up that his wild lifestyle and lack of self-discipline were gonna come back to crush him. And now, that warning is aging like a full-blown prophecy. Reportedly, Katt told Shannon that it wouldn't be outsiders who brought him down. It would be his own behavior, and once he stopped playing nice with the industry, they'd use his dirt against him. And let's not act brand new. Shannon's name has been floating through controversy for years. From whispers about him living a double life to claims that he leaked his own private tape to kill certain rumors, it's always been messy behind the scenes. But ever since Shannon started giving platforms to outspoken voices like Katt Williams and Monique, both of whom exposed serious Hollywood gatekeeper drama, it's been feeling like he may have stepped on the wrong toes. Katt reportedly told him over and over again, "Tighten up, Move smarter, stay out the wild Hollywood traps, and stop messing with people who could flip the script at any second. But Shannon didn't listen, and now all the dirt he tried to hide is getting dragged out into the sunlight for the whole world to see. From the mess with the 19-year-old OnlyFans model to those exposed race play texts, it didn't even take the elites much effort to turn Shannon's own reckless choices against him. He basically handed them the ammo without even realizing it. That's why so many fans aren't rushing to defend him. Instead, they're saying straight up, Shannon brought this downfall on himself. They're pointing right at Katt's warnings and saying Shannon had every chance to dodge this bullet, but he chose not to. Meanwhile, Katt's been playing it smart, moving in silence, keeping his business tight, skipping the clout-chasing parties, and staying far away from the Hollywood traps that swallowed so many others. Katt Williams knew exactly what he was doing, staying low, staying smart, and not letting Hollywood bait him into no scandals. Meanwhile, Shannon was out here moving reckless, partying like he was still 25 when he's pushing 60. And now, that fast life is catching up to him in the worst way possible. Fans aren't cutting Shannon no slack either. Even if some believe the industry might be trying to make an example out of him, they're saying he made it way too easy for them. Nobody forced him to link up with a 19-year-old while being 54. Nobody told him to mess around with race play, knowing full well how explosive and damaging that could be. Even if there was a setup waiting, Shannon basically handed them the blueprint with his own reckless choices. One fan didn't mince words, posting, "The more that comes out about Shannon Sharpe, the more I'm looking at him sideways. Man's a damn weirdo messing with a 19-year-old at 54 and into race play? Nah, I can't defend that." And it wasn't just random fans speaking out either. Award-winning journalist Ernest Owens jumped into the conversation too, posting, "A 54-year-old black man was engaging in race play with a 19-year-old white girl. I'm not supporting Shannon Sharpe, period. It might be legal, but it's disgusting." Another person came through with a brutal takedown that's been making the rounds online heavy. They said, "Time and time again, Shannon Sharpe just keeps proving Katt Williams right. You have an unnatural allegiance to losers." That line hit deep, and the internet wasted no time running with it. Now we want to hear from you. Are you riding with the theory that Shannon is getting punished for giving voices to people like Katt Williams and Monique? Or do you think he straight up sabotaged himself with bad choices, no discipline, and a lifestyle that was bound to blow up? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We need to hear how my stars and my hushers are feeling about this madness. And don't forget, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video with someone who needs to hear the truth, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next hot story we drop. This saga ain't even close to being over yet. Catch you on the next one, my shining stars and loyal hushers. Stay safe and stay tuned.